psychologist, life strategist, and innovative thought enthusiast. If you're tuned into this podcast, you are drawn here to ponder positive change. You think about doing better, you wish for more, or you simply want to refine your methods and strategies for living your best life. There are many self-help gurus out there, and I'm not one of them, y'all. I'm here to use my clinical training with a doctoral degree in counseling and many, many years of clinical mental health experience to help you dig deep and find those unhealthy messages from society, from culture, and even from childhood that have taken root and normalized our dysfunction. So, where do we start? Well, let's start with taking a deep breath. For a moment, we're going to meditate on positive change. Say to yourself, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of truth. I am worthy of security. I am worthy of wealth. I am capable of all these things. So let's talk a little bit. I'll start to talk about me. How about that? So generationally, education has been a part of my fabric, but I was the first to forge the path of attaining a master's and a doctoral degree. And let me tell you, it was one of the scariest things I have ever done. Well, I didn't have a model, and everyone seemingly loves to jump into the spotlight with results, but few want to talk about the road less traveled. I made it happen on this journey, which was lonely at times, but I was armed with the tools of survival I learned from a single mother who demonstrated resilience through restarting life after divorce with 5 kids, working several jobs, and still managing to be present. At the same time, I had this awesome, amazing, loving father who was incredibly involved in my life, but wholeheartedly believed in preparing you to be strong, resilient, and self-sufficient. So what did that mean? I worked hard my whole life. My life, best explained, was beautifully broken. A divorced family with 2 loving parents who were unbelievably encouraging and believed in unbreakable self-esteem and strong core family values. So there I was, armed to take on the world, ambitious and afraid, courageous and insecure, and bold and terrified all at the same time. Can anybody relate to that? So this podcast is about the navigation of cleaning up your internal stuff so you can travel lighter, go harder, and achieve more with less personal baggage. So how are we going to do this? Well, I thought let's start with a discussion about cycles. Cycles make life so complicated. They come around so natural, patterns like a rhythm or beat of our hearts. They're tricky, even ominous at times, especially when you are sure and decided about positive change. Cycles are there, ready and waiting in the wings, all warm and inviting, ready to welcome you back, even begging you to come back sometimes and delight yourself in something that has already evidenced itself to be untrue. Sometimes these cycles are unhealthy, even toxic. Don't you find it interesting that toxicity and negative patterns are so faithful and true? They never change, but sometimes they find a way to evolve, rooting themselves even deeper in a present past. They do so with
To be familiar with some common idioms. So this will not only help you comprehend it, but will also help your speaking sound more natural and confident. An interesting example is the idiom break a leg. In English language, it's often used, and some other languages have the translation for these, have like the
This is Today's Country Radio,
a constantly updated playlist featuring the biggest country artists in the world.
Let's go.
Fire it up.
Today's Country Radio on Apple Music Country, where it sounds like home.
Hey y'all, Kelly Bannon here. This is Today's Country Radio, and this is a very exciting moment for us. We get to share our interview with Chapel Roan, her foray into country music, and her brand new song, The Giver.
You ain't gotta tell me, it's just a matter of nature. Take it like a taker. Baby, I'm a giver. Ain't no need to hurry. Baby, I'm deep in love. Ain't no country boy killer. I get the job done. I get the job done.
So, are you like, maybe I'm gonna write a country song? Or do you write The Giver and then you're like, shit, I think I just wrote a country song?
I wouldn't write a country song because I just thought it'd be funny. It's campy and it's fun and like, you know, I'm from Southwest Missouri, grew up on like Christian and country, and then found Alejandro by Lady Gaga, and I was like, I think I like this too. So I, you know, have kept country in my heart, and it's such a it's so incredibly nostalgic to drive in West Hollywood and have Jason Aldean or like, you know, Alan Jackson, Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
And I was just, I love how Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, I was like, how can I want to feel that way on stage. I want to feel that. Because that's how I write. I'm like, how do I want to walk around on stage and sing? And I was like, I want to write that song, but like Chapel's version. So I really just did it for fun. I'm not in like, you know, switching genres or anything.
I mean, I was hoping we were going to put a ring on it, but
hey, it's not no forever. I mean, country music is so incredibly camp.
yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if like people want to admit that.
The thing that's funny, and I don't want to call anybody out, but the boys are camp, they just don't know it.
Do they know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Do they know that
They don't know they're
chaps-
cosplaying.
Well, do they know that chaps are gay?
Yeah. Well, and chaps are kind of like everything.
Yeah.
Like it's like the sexiest, manliest, and
Yeah.
the most flamboyant and playful, and
Tom of Finland. They should look that up.
yeah. So that's a funny, it's like, I do think we have some unsuspecting, I think there's unsuspecting camp, and then I also think there's like, we do, like, give me big hair, give me a wig all day long, you know, like there's that part of country that's the, you know, the bigger the hair, the closer to God.
I mean, that's the beauty of Dolly and what she has created across literally all genres. She is an artist that has embraced all of everyone, and no matter how we try to put music in certain genres, and I'm a country artist, I'm a pop artist, it's like people are can be fans of all of it and can go to all the concerts. Like, there are a lot of gay people and trans people at country concerts, and they love country music. Like, and there's also the girls are at my concerts, and they're at Megan Thee Stallion and Doechii. Like, that is the beauty of music. Nowadays, you have access to all of this, you know? And country is something that it is so specific to a feeling that I miss, that I don't feel here in LA or New York or Seattle, or like, you know, it's really, really special. And like, obviously, you know, I had never in a country song, and Dan Nigro, who wrote it with me and produced it, like, he's never done a country song. So it was interesting for me to be like, actually, here's this song, do all these songs of what I wanted to sound like and how I wanted to feel, and it was cool for me to kind of take the reins on that.
I'm dying to know what was on the menu for Dan, as you were like, hey Dan, this is my vision of a country song. Like, what were you playing him?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was playing him Alan Jackson, I was playing Shania Twain.
Okay.
She is someone who really crossed, like, just blurred the lines so well.
Totally.
I was playing some Miranda Lambert.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and some George Strait. We were listening to, like, just even The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, just like fiddles and
There's
really
so much. This song is, the fiddle is competing for the main character in this song.
fiddle and banjo. Well, and, you know,
Yeah.
we used Nashville musicians
You
and
did.
Nashville singers, because
Okay.
I was like, we gotta get the girls who know.
Chapel, I don't know any of this. Like, everybody has been so hush hush. Tell me about, I would love to hear about how y'all actually tracked it and who was involved and like, how did it make you feel?
It was really fun and very quick to write, but it was amidst all of the craziness of this past year. Like, this time last year I had just played Tiny Desk, and like this, you know, we had this entire year of a rocket ship, and somehow we got The Giver through all of that. And so it was such a release to write the song and be like, see, I still have this part, like, no matter what's in the media, no matter what I'm doing on stage, no matter what I'm wearing, like, I am a songwriter. And I think that is what country music showcases the best, is narrative songwriting.
That's
and
right.
like, that is at the heart of country music. It is songwriting, you know?
Well, I've been curious, like, you are so captivating on stage as an entertainer that I wonder if your songwriting is sort of overshadowed in some ways. Like, I'm excited for you to be able to continue to flex your songwriter identity, you know? Like, I don't know. I think whether it's people, I don't know. It's like the Chapel stage presence is so undeniable. But
well, it's like with drag. It's like when a drag queen comes out and she is singing Whitney. It's like it's hard to listen to like the Whitney lyrics when she's got a 22-inch snatched waist and like a beautiful voluptuous hip and like the most glistening eyes and lashes out 3 inches. It's like it's such a spectacle that you forget. Like, oh my God, don't forget
About
that
the
this
music.
iconic Whitney Houston song.
Yeah.
Or like, it is so overstimulating, but it is like when you are alone with your headphones on and like, or you're just driving in your car with the windows down, like, which is how people freaking listen to country music. Like, that is when you like form relationships with songwriting. And so it's amazing that like we can experience both live and like we can appreciate all aspects of an artist, like what they wear, what they say in an interview, like how they feel, how it feels in the audience, and dissecting. I don't know. The girls love to dissect on TikTok. I just let them dissect.
When I think about like the stop time moments, and I guess for me, it's like, of course they're country because so much of my life has been about this music, but it's like those stop time moments are there. The window was down. It's some kind of smell in the air and a certain song, and you know exactly where you were the first time you heard it. And so I don't know. I'm like, oh, I do love imagining little chapel.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, maybe in the back seat and that window down and peeking your head out and something coming on and moving you and that being the beginning of the music love journey.
I mean, it's that, and it's also taking a float trip and someone, like listening to the country radio or like just the feeling of summer or the feeling of fall. Like nothing feels like fall more than country music does in LA.
I've never thought that before. That makes sense.
That is what makes me feel like I smell hay whenever I listen to country music. You know what I mean? So I think I have a special relationship to where I'm from because of country music. Yeah. And so to kind of honor that part of myself by making a country song where it's like, you know what? Yes, I'm gay. And yes, I am ultra pop. Yes, I am a drag queen. That can also be, you can also perform a country song. And like, there's a lot of drag queens who do country music all over the world.